Here on the campus of Penn State University in State College, Pennsylvania. A group of brothers here, out here to preach the gospel amongst the masses. I'm not ashamed of the gospel of Christ. It's the power of God unto salvation to everyone that believeth, to the Jew first and also to the Greek. For therein is the righteousness of God revealed from faith to faith, that as is written, the just shall live by faith.
Be holy, for I am holy, saith the Lord. Have you rejected that I can't save anybody.
Preaching continues on here. The crowds have gathered. There's much mockery. You see this group of fools over here that are holding up signs to mock the Christ. The Lord loved them enough to die. We must share the truth in a spirit of meekness and hope. There's been some good conversations. The word has been preached. These men standing to the left of the preacher are trying to mock and talk over him. But still the word of God goes out here on the campus of Penn State University in State College, Pennsylvania. Let's look at a few of these signs.
Over there.
These mockers to the left of the preacher, beginning with the man in the pink camouflage, just mocking the Lord. This poor guy's trying to preach. Look at this foolishness here. Foolishness. This is the state of America, folks, and we wonder why our government is in the position it's in. The philosophy of the school in one generation becomes the philosophy of government in the next. God save the United States.
Going to church doesn't make you a Christian anymore. Don't go to church. McDonald's makes you a
Don't go to church. This man said it.
I didn't say that. Oh. Today, guys, I want to talk a little bit about the character of God. The character of the one who created us. And out here today, as we've tried to talk about the things of God, we've tried to communicate that our motivation is that we love you. I don't hate you guys.
You love me?
Yes.
You want to give me a hug?
No, I don't want to give you a hug because I'm talking, okay? I love you enough to warn you about something that God warned us all about. Now, if I saw you playing in the highway, if I saw a little child playing in the highway, and an oncoming tractor truck, I would run after that child, I would grab him and jerk him out of the street, even if it meant some bruises and some scrapes, to save him from that oncoming train. And love would motivate me to do that. Love would motivate me to do that.
What if he wants to die?
Spiritually speaking, God has warned us about His judgment. God has warned us about what He's going to do when He judges the world in righteousness.
When did we ask
We're here to warn you, whether you want to hear it or not. I love you enough to tell you and be mocked for it, okay? So what you're not going to get from me today is an argument. You're not going to get from me physical violence. I have the ability to defend myself, trust me. But there's nothing you can do to make me do that. Okay? What I want to share with you today is the God of the Bible. Not the God of man, not the God of the Jesus we created in our mind, but let the Bible, the saint-used, time-tested Word of God be the judge. Now, a lot of people today, as they've walked by, have laughed at this message. They've mocked this message. And that's to be expected. There was a time when I mocked the street preacher. There was a time when I laughed at the message of Jesus. Thank God He took a wretched sinner like me and saved me from my wickedness and saved me from hell. And if He can save me, He can save you, my friend. If He can save me, He can save you. My friends, our only option is to kiss the Son, to flee to Jesus Christ. We need to be saved to a relationship with God, albeit we need to be saved from God. God is a righteous judge. If you consider the righteousness of God compared with the best that man can be, consider an allegory. The best that man can be in all of his righteousness, someone holy and righteous, the best person you can think of, say a Mother Teresa or a Mahatma Gandhi, the best man could be would be like a sheep in a green field. What color is that sheep on a green field? He's white. But take that sheep and put him in a field of freshly fallen snow that represents God's righteousness. The best that man can be looks like a sheep on freshly fallen snow. It pales in comparison. The error that man makes is that his goodness is good enough to earn God's righteousness. But the greatest of all commandments, according to Jesus, is to love the Lord your God with your heart, soul, mind, and strength. Then to love your neighbor as yourself. So to love your neighbor as yourself without loving God is not loving your neighbor as yourself. To reject God makes you guilty of the greatest sin of all. Some of you might ask, well, what about the good atheist? Would he go to hell? Friends, the concept is an oxymoron. An atheist has committed a grave crime. He's rejected his Maker. He's been unthankful. The Word of God says that the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all unrighteousness and ungodliness of men who suppress the truth and unrighteousness. We know the truth, but we suppress it. Why? Because that which may be known of God is manifest in them. For God has showed it unto them. The invisible things of Him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, so that man is without excuse. Friends, I'm not here today to prove to you there's a God. I don't have to do that. You, in your heart of hearts, though you would deny this, believe and know there's a God. Evidence of creation is all around us. Maybe you've not traveled much. Maybe you've spent most of your life in an urban setting. But go and behold the vastness of the Himalayan mountains. Climb to 20,000 feet as I have done. See the beauty of the canyons, the vast desert at night, the aurora borealis, and then honestly tell me that those things came by chance.
Is it not good enough to see that a...
I'm going to let you talk because I need a breath. Go ahead. God's not a fairy, friends. Listen. Can you honestly say we would agree? Come on, man. You promised me you'd give me a break while we were talking. Take it easy on me, okay? Please. Just let me talk a little bit, all right? Give me a break. I'm trying hard. Think about this, guys. The universe contains countless galaxies and solar systems. At least we theorize that. Is it possible that the existence of countless galaxies and solar systems that rotate at intervals we can set our watch by, they don't slam into each other? It's nonsense to think that that came about by chance. It takes more faith to believe that than it does the simple truth of a creator. Friends, explain the existence of the human eye. It's irreducibly complex.